What's going on, everybody? So we're going to be finishing up, well, maybe finishing up. We're going to be working on the Limbus event, and I've heard from friends that these stages are kind of rough. But let's jump right in. These are probably three of the best for me to use in here. My one friend was saying that they are very rough, and he was having a lot of trouble with them, and he was stuck on the same one I was stuck on for a little while. Next up, you three. Let's get in here. Indoor voice will do, bud. We can hear you just fine without you shouting at the top of your lungs. Now let us discuss Pecatulum Igrite Sloth. Stones are sturdy, but that's all there is to them. They are directionless and unmoving, completely surrendered to inertia. Yeah, but even the last stage I was in, it took me at least like 5 to 10 tries to beat it. It was rough. They're trapped in their current lot in existence until someone else comes along to roll them away. Truly, there is no better symbol for sloth than them. It is efficient to live within the bounds of rigidly established routines. Getting lumped in with the likes of with these two is making me real self-conscious all of a sudden, like I'm just some lazy, incompetent. Do not compare yourself to Faust, Gregor. Should Faust become the point of reference for one's competency, the overwhelming majority of the city's population would be deemed incompetent. I'll admit that I'm not the most diligent person in the room, but I'm taking back that comment about being incompetent. Check this out, fellas. I'm not that rusty just yet. Charging alone into danger poses too late. This will be harder than expected. Let us provide assistance. It is tough. I had to go through many different iterations of, because the last one I could only bring Hong Lu and Sinclair in with me. So now I get 3 people with me. So this should be a bit easier, honestly. Especially since like these 3 are kind of a core of my bleed team. So they're already kind of built out. Honestly, that probably only needs that ability going through there. This one hitting. Alright, I'm gonna put these on here as well. This should do plenty. Yeah. I just dodge. Yeah, that should be fun. Scare the ops. Yeah. I have a depressed man a man that has zero emotions and a woman who has zero emotions on the team, so I think we're good. Gregor's gonna be dealing a lot of damage to himself in the form of bleed, though. Yeah. Yeah, are you the depressed man or the man who doesn't have any emotions? No, never mind. You definitely have enough emotions. I was thinking that they were going to. I was hoping that well, not hoping. I was thinking they were going to have like pretty much like 2v2 v2 v2 v2, because that's how the first one was. The first fights were you could only bring 2 centers in, so I figured that all of it would just be like you can only bring 2 in. Joke's on you. But I guess it's guess we're doing 3s. You could lose them, but what's the fun in that? Oh, we have never had this as a thing in the game. I don't like him. Here. Is 400 HP. Oh, welcome in, Botaticals. How's it going? I might just hit defenses on these. What, not a fan of the design of the boss? Good to hear. We love chilling. That's still not gonna dodge. Where's this one going? That one? Maybe. Nope. Let's see if I can. We'll use this. That'll flash pretty well. Too many tentacles. I need Mersault to get a skill 3 out like soon, because he has max charge and I can do a ton of bleed damage with that. feel like I haven't done like any damage to this thing. Oh, perfect. We'll do a decent amount with this. What's the, oh, I guess I can't. Within the turn limit? 9? Oh, that sucks. I wonder if I can, like, do that, because that ability is dumb. And this will do a ton of bleed count. Jeez, it just... so much health. That's it? I've done more damage to him with just the bleed procs. That's crazy. He has so much defense. Did I get the, okay, so I did get this one done. Doing this within 9 turns is a crazy, ask. I just realized these 3 guys are kind of blocking the music. I move from like here. Oh, Heathcliff being fixed is kind of awkward. Ooh, let me do that. I mean, I can win the End Corp one. Have him third though. For sure. Yeah, that thing is tanky as heck. I bet they're weak to whatever they are though, so I should probably bring like a ton of sloth skills, which that'll be a little difficult to do because I don't think there's a ton of sloth skills in those 3 centers. Next up is Goulet Gluttony. Roots of plants dig through the dirt in search of nutrients. What distinguishes them is, however, that they are not satisfied with satiation alone. I want to make sure I was saying satiation right. Roots continue to grow, seeking increasingly greater supply of nutrients. Hang on a minute, what's this? Heathcliff, after flipping through a few more pages ahead, looked up at Hohenheim and shouted, "Are we really going to do this song and dance for each and every one of these Pecatulum? Why don't we lump them together like how you paired us with sinners?" Ha! Running low on patience already. Only simpletons would make such a basic suggestion. It's standard protocol, in case you weren't aware. I'm also unhappy about this process, but sometimes we must swallow our complaints and do as we're told for the sake of proper test results. You make a valid proposition. What? Very well. I also fail to see the necessity in fighting these Pekatula one by one, especially given the busy schedule ahead of us. Your suggestion is accepted, Assistant. Huh? What? Really? Aren't you the one who suggested it? If we didn't have to fight them one by one anyway, then why didn't we do this from the start? Because testing them one by one yields a more accurate result. Studies suggest that the margin of error may grow by 0.06% when testing multiple entities at once. I see, but I say the benefits of a smaller margin of error outweighs the convenience of lumping them all together. Why don't we proceed as planned? Bloody hell, just let it go, yeah? Yeah, Otis, come on. This very carelessness is why I think we can risk a 0.06% greater margin of error, right? Indeed, it is sometimes necessary to prioritize efficiency over the pursuit of perfection. I will abide by the executive manager's judgment. Very well. Then allow me to explain Pekatula morositatis. Morositatis? Yeah, morositatis gloom as well. Have you ever immersed yourselves in deep waters? Quite easy to sink to the depths, no? However, the deeper one sinks, the harder does it become to rise again. The pressure suffocates you from all directions, no matter how much you thrash around. Desperately in a certain amount of turns or something.
갔지. 그대로 실밥이 터졌나?
정화.
기대해라.
Snip.
떨거진 잘라낸다.
이단을 해지.
이쁘네, 네 피부에서.
Oh. Defeat the enemies before they self-detonate? Okay, I can probably do that. Well, I've never seen this before. Not that. Okay, that should work.
고귀하게.
Oh, that was an unbreakable point. Okay. I was like, wait, I thought I clashed with everything. Yeah, we took about almost half of their health out. It's a good start. Let's see if I can do this instead of that one. Let's do this. I'll offset the evade. That way I can make sure I'm hitting it with everything. Yeah, I offsetted the evade. What? Weird. Alright, it'll get staggered this turn. Stagger bar is like right there. Okay. Should stagger it with these first two abilities. Then I won't have to worry about the other ones being not very
기원을 갖춘
likely in hitting. Okay, cool.
그대로 무너져라.
Yippee!
카니발 그 자체를 대표할 만한 퍼레이드.
Alright, so I got the EX done. Sweet.
주인공 의식
Alright.
오늘따라 한층 더 돋보인다. 누구 작품?
It's probably gonna be the Pride and the Pride and Lust, I guess. Oh, I have the perfect one to throw here.
자, 고래를 향. 가스 점화. 엔진 시동.
This is a good duo. It did get staggered, but we killed it through the stagger, so we're in there. Well, they weren't in too much trouble. Next up's you two. Get in there. With Ryoshu? Let's do this, I guess. ST. What? She wants to switch teams. Really? Now? What's your problem this time, Ryoshu? Your dulled harpoon doesn't interest me. It's dulled so much that I doubt it can even impale that sickly nerd over there. I don't think she'll have too much trouble impaling Hohenheim. I'd much rather watch that blood fiend fight again. Thou speakest of me? That is, tis quite the pickle. Oi, she wants to switch teams. Is that alright? Of course not. You heard the man. Let's go. I'll admit that my harpoon is not as sharp as it used to be, and I'll admit that I've lost a bit of my edge since then. But we're all sailing on the same boat. I'm not going to hold you or anyone else back. I'm always ready to go back to razor sharpness when the need arises. I'm swapping you out as soon as you start making a fool of yourself. Hey, what's up, Kildaffy? Lass, I thought I'd been clear enough on this. Switching teams isn't a thing. Pecatulum superbiae. Pride. Hohenheim droned on as if the bickering sinners didn't exist in this world. Wheels. Symbol of technology and the vector of humanity's ultimate pursuit. The wheel in its boundless pride rolls on and on in search of the perfect circle. Something unconquered even by nature. You came from a Scooby-Doo stream. I don't know if I can fill that. I do have to look up something because the Pecatulum for this looked like something for me. He did pay a portion of that, I know. Can confirm. Yet it remains uncaring for the flesh it rends, nor the grass it tramples in its path. Isn't that just confidence, not pride? You can't get anything done just by sitting idly in place. One might even say that pride is but another name for overconfidence. It oft claims trailblazers or those who have never tasted failure. Ha, someone like you, Hohenheim? Well, that certainly is a perspective. Next up is luxuriae lust. Moving on, just like that, huh? The meaning of Pecatulum luxuriae lust is not exactly what it says on the tin. A more illustrative description would say that it is, yes, an obsession to spread a fragment of what forms the self-desire to propagate, to breed. Well, I needed to prepare another picture that might be quite funny. This will all make sense once I get to the fight. No company good like good company, like Limbus Company? Of course, there is more to this concept than just that. While the word itself may be subject to interpretations limited to the carnal understanding, to share one's knowledge, one's ideas, to invite others into gaining the understanding of a sliver of oneself, you seek to express that such things are lust as well. Not bad. I always appreciate these discussions with the learned. There never is any dead air. Admit it, Heathcliff. All of that flew right over your head, didn't it? Why even ask? Unnecessary. Shut up and get in there. Hold on. This is the this is literally just the fight. The wheels and then the slug. Can I win rate this? That'd be cool if I could. Uh-oh. We did it.
착각하지 마. 해파, 거태. 내 놈들 덕분 내가 강해진 게 아니다. 내가 강하기에 내 놈들을 휘두르는 거지.
I make sure that I move these over because I want to block my alerts. I didn't even look at what the don't take 10 plus hit. Okay, cool. I did it. Oh, this is the best team I could have right here.
준비됐어? 이거 참 설레는구려.
Verily, nigh is the time for young Yi Sang and I to face the test. The nature of our trial shall take from the form of Pegatula Invidiae. I assume that we all have a first-hand experience with static shocks. Oh? Doth static shock have aught to do with envy? Anyone who's been subject to both static shock and the envy of others must know that the latter stings in the same manner as the former does. I ill comprehend thine explanations. Ah, I see. To explain in plainer example, Miss Don Quixote, you have always been fond of and held great respect for the illustrious color fixtures, am I right? Am I correct? Verily, I should be second to none with my passion for them to be measured. Now imagine yourself at a convention of sorts, in which the sad illustrious color fixtures are holding an event to disseminate their autographs, and imagine that you are a part of the excited queue. Oh ho, indeed. I have mentally placed myself there. Proceed. Yet in great misfortune, the event comes to a close. Mere moments before you were to receive your autograph. Alack for woe! Fate playeth such cruel jest on my pitiful soul. Now, do imagine, what sort of emotion would you feel for the fellow fan who received the final autograph immediately before you were to receive yours, ere the chance was robbed? Well, 'twould be quite the jealousy burning within mine heart, a painfully tingling sensation in my... Ooh? My, you certainly enjoy explaining things, don't you? I suppose all scholars are kindred spirits after all. You two, quit the chin wag and get in there. But verily, then onward to a new adventure. Then I shall follow. Oh. Wait. Pepperoncinis are great. Oh god, this is such a good bit. My name is Memphis, Tennessee. Alright, let's figure all this out. This is going at that, so there. Oh, it moved. This is going to the middle. That's going to this. Going to that. Also going to that. Why is that? Why is that struggling?
점 찍었네.
Oh, this is bad. Oh, this is gonna be a rough one, isn't it? Yeah, no, she's dead immediately.
합격장.
Oh. Arachna's gonna get back and just be like, why is Mephistopheles on here?
점 찍었네.
Ah, this is rough.
비뚤어졌구려. 비뚤어졌구려.
Oh, did I stun both of them? Oh, I staggered both of them. Heck yeah.
점 찍었네.
He lived on one. Are you kidding me?
이제야
Okay.
완성되었나.
Okay, cool. Oh.
점 찍었네. 합격장. 비뚤어졌구려.
I wasn't paying attention. I actually don't know how well that went. It went a lot better than I thought it did. All right, cool. Let's do this and we'll, oh, oops. Oh, please, please. He's not dead. She's dead. Okay, one down. He's staggered though.
점 찍었네.
Okay,
완성되었나.
dead.
나쁘지는 않았구려. 붓을 몇 번 더 놀릴 기회만 있었어도 좋았을 것 같지만.
All right, on to the next one. I can bring everybody with, except for Don. Really? Interesting. You, those three. You. Wait, I missed one? Oh, I missed foundation has led to this disaster was laid by none other than Yisang, whose only sin was making an innocent, tragically casual comment. Sometime after we ran out of our final tests. Please vacate the room, people. Cleanup coming through. Ah, apologies. Miss Don Quixote is ought to... Prithee, avail me but a moment. The shoelaces upon Rocinante have come undone. Oh no, do I have to fight Sancho again? What? How? I remember tying them like 7 different knots on your shoes. Ah, yet 'twere quite the hideous excess. Sorry for to be forced upon Rocinante. I have tied one of them once again in the shape of a ribbon. Yeah, the knots didn't look that great. Ribbons are cute. Oh boy. Yet one must begin to wonder about the consequences of Miss Don Quixote's freeing her feet from Rocinante at her present state. Whatever thou art suggesting, Rocinante is none other than mine eternal steed, bound to me by fate itself. None shall ever dare sever the bond betwixt us. It was a query posed towards Miss Faust, yet I appreciate your answer all the same. And Faust's reply was what set fire upon the rather combustible foundation. I cannot know. What? An obvious outcome, given that no relevant data has ever been collected. Well then, no time like the present to get to collecting, huh? Good thing we're in a lab too. Where else are we gonna get another chance to do that? This course of action is highly inadvisable. Yeah, it sounds like a bad time to me. I heard all kinds of horrible stuff happen on that train the moment their shoes came off. Sure did. But it was but an independent decision called by Rocinante itself due to uncertain, extreme circumstances that had naught to do with my will. Well, you know, potato. I was already quite aware that the core of that individual may as well lie in her pair of running shoes. Fie on thee! Thou shan't treat a person such as I like some useless shell. What if we slipped your shoes off and on again really quickly? The standards here at the LCE department demand precise measurements. In other words, these tests would be meaningless if all we're measuring is a hollow shell. A hollow shell? We have indulged your predictable provocations enough, Hohenheim. It seems necessary to remind you that you have not yet received the full report of what transpired during that incident. In other words, it's Azu time! Hello, Bijou. You missed me fight the monsters that travel and seek the Parmesan. And I also fought the snail man. And also for Mephistopheles the hedgehog. So this is kind of my yeah, it was a lot of lore. In other words, you're risking an occurrence of an unexpected event. You concern yourself unnecessarily. The construction of my laboratory boasts a rather solid build. Yeah, so this guy like freaked me out at first because I was just like, this is a Boston game, and like you can see the electricity and the nails and stuff. Not even abnormalities on the more powerful side of things can puncture holes in its walls. Oh, very well. I will not force your hand. However, due to your unwillingness, I am behooved to record as much in my research journal. It's Mephistopheles. You missed the lore. If I can find a funny picture for the next fight, boy am I going to. Due to the concerned sinner's utterly terrified reaction at the prospect of having to remove her shoes, I must unfortunately leave only a half-complete test result here. Utterly terrified? Terrified? And for your information, these research reports are stored for at least a decade. And this girl, Moth. Yes, we will have possession of a full record of your plain cowardice for at least 10 years. And this guy. I could move Mephistopheles real quick. This guy's this. These are all bosses in like the mirror dungeon. So like them wearing like the clothes and stuff that make it look like that is kind of interesting. Outcome NA. Reason subject was too scared to participate. After much contemplation, I have come to conclude that dearest Rocinante deserveth a moment of respite as well. And I, Don Quixote, shall demonstrate before thee that Don Quixote is still Don Quixote in her core still, without Rocinate's assistance. This is not good. If she's taking off her shoes, that is a horrible idea. Are you sure this is a good idea, Faust? Hohenheim, if your employment at Libmus Company ever comes to an unilateral termination, I suppose the cause would be rather apparent. Your highly irresponsible level of curiosity. Not a good idea. Got it. That would be my greatest honor as a researcher. Hey, if anything ever goes wrong, Yisang will be on the ready to slip those shoes right back onto your feet at a moment's notice, okay? Oh, we love Gamma Bounce. I shall be on the ready. Behold me, not with such excessive anticipation all. There shan't be any new revelations here. Also, she's a vampire, but her shoes keep her powers like at ease. So she takes the shoes off, she goes full blood fiend. Don Quixote begins to untie her shoes, seething. Oh god. This 7-layered knot poseth quite the difficulty. Young Ishmael, wherefore hast thou tied these cords with such unwavering tightness? I was hoping they'd be the last knot those shoelaces would ever tie. Put those grippers on. Please! She needs to keep the shoes on. Good thing they're tied in like 7 knots. Of course, there we go. Rest thee well, Rocinante. For I... Oh, she took the shoes off. The grippers are out. The sinners and I were all quite nervous, but none of us stepped forward to stop this experiment. Why didn't we stop this? Was it because we thought we knew removing Rocinante doesn't necessarily mean that she'll be losing control because we saw its effects on the warp train at La Mancha Land? Hello, Shark. How's it going? Or was it because we assumed that Rocinante was now just a disguise, and now that Don Quixote has accepted her past as Sancho, removing it wouldn't affect her psyche as well? Whichever was the case, it was a mistake to ignore that nagging feeling. These researchers don't know what facing Don Quixote, Sancho, the second kindred is like. We do. Oh no. Oh no. Our existence is death in perpetuity. Complete us, fill our hunger. We pray unto you. Fill us with the blood of humans. With the blood of humans. The teeming, shouting voices suddenly begin to echo in my head. They're the voices of all the children he had embraced. Or perhaps this was the blood fiend's instinct giving the voice, imprinting upon them at the moment of their birth. proliferate this disease, embrace its unending hunger for blood, and propagate the family. So many voices, so much yearning, so much desire. Every single kindred that has ever existed in the past kneels before Don Quixote. Thank you for the follow, Rune. Oh, dearest mother, as your children, when shall we be permitted to quench this thirst for blood? I must drink blood. I have to drink all the blood. Why is Dante saying this? Uh-oh. All the blood that the family deserve to drink, I must. They're telling me that I'm cool? They're lying to you. Would cool people have 4 upside down Mephistopheles the hedgehog? I don't think so. Listen, I killed like 5 of these, like, he travels, he seeks the Parmesan guys. You guys missed a lot of lore. It was a really stupid bit. It is a really stupid bit. Exactly. Cool like fire? Yeah. The Parmesan. Dante, wake up. Ain't this a lot like the last time that at that building when the fire on the head suddenly exploded? Exactly, that was the joke, Bijou. No. He's not Shadow from Walmart. He was the bad guy of Sonic 06, right? I don't know. It's been a while since I've touched on Sonic lore. I gotta get a hold of myself. Thirst. My body can't even feel thirsty. This doesn't make any sense. I'm okay now. From AliExpress. What did you see, Dante? If we want to bring Don Quixote back, we're going to need to quench your thirst somehow. We need something to sate the combined thirst, the desire of every single kindred. That's not good. Do you keep any blood in there? Let's at least try to quench what's... yeah, we have some blood samples if you need them. I don't trust these 3. Like that dude that just came in that looked like this guy. This is a boss from like the mirror dungeon, and don't trust him. Damn it! Have you been listening to what the executive manager's been saying? It's the combined thirst of every single kindred. A few blood samples aren't going to do anything. So you're going to sit there and do nothing? Ain't this a matter of getting her shoes back on? Right, you're saying shoes, get those shoes back on her feet. Put the grippers away. I cannot, a bizarre wall of pressure surrounds her. This is one luxury cig, good flavor. And then her. Oh, not that one, this one. That's another boss. I bought those luxury cigarettes with our last bonus pay. So Ryoshi's stealing cigarettes now? That's funny. These readings are incredible. So much power. Even in a state that is, for all intents and purposes, complete emaciation. What, you egged her on knowing this would happen? I had many outcomes in mind. Some were quite similar to this, but this is beyond even the most extreme of my predictions. I don't like that guy either. He's the big old centipede. For sure. How the frick are you so calm about this? You've got to do something. You haven't even seen how hard this last hits. That would be because of the panicking. What would be the use of panicking now? If the outcome does not align with the predictions, the first course of action should be to analyze the given data. However, it doesn't seem like our containment measures will be the answer here. Thus, the task of stopping her seems to fall straight onto all of you. Oh, not again. We will have to fight her again? Time for us to pay the price of curiosity. Oh. She ain't looking so good. So, yeah, that's not good. I was hoping to bring my own unit of Sancho in here, but it said no, you're going to fight her yourself. I hope that works. Oh. Okay. Okay, cool. We're gambling. We're gambling with every attack. Why'd she have to take the shoes off? She took the grippers out, and now we're all doomed. Yeah, just ouch. Or if I can just like put these over here so I have more room for nonsense. Yeah, looks fine. by fine, there's Parmesan on my screen. The cream cheers. Keep a little cream wow, that's a tongue twister. Blanc put it in chat yesterday. Keep a little cream under the pillow for the cream cheers. That's it. There we go. Stagger her, stagger her, stagger her. Yeah! Go in for the damage. For the cream cheer. In case he comes to town. Oh wait, I forgot that like the music of this event is actually really good. Hold on. Oh no, they have it different for this this fight, I guess. It's still pretty good. Please. Put your grippers away. Oh, she killed everybody. I must have to be the mother to all of them. The family's thirst, it's... No, my lady, you needn't be the mother of anyone here. Here. You are a sinner, nothing more. Also, he's a blood fiend. He's been palling around with us. Oh, is he coming in to help? Oh, that's awesome. I love his blood cape. It's so cool. I will not place the blame of this incident on anyone, Dante. I understand that no one could have expected this outcome. Given the dearth? That's a word? Dearth is a word? I assume like lack of intelligence. A dearth of intelligence regarding the binding tool of the first kindred had gifted to the third sinner. Well then, I hadn't had that much first-hand experience with watching Virgilius fight, but this was certainly the most exhausted I've ever seen him after a fight. I decided to say nothing and turned the clock. After some time passed, so lore, Dante can turn his clock back to turn back time for specifically just the sinners. So if they get hurt or like die, he can just be like, no, you didn't. Don Quixote, what happened? Did you lose consciousness or did something affect your memory? Manager Esquire, my memories were fine, but I heard something as soon as I removed my shoes. I think she just doesn't remember every single time she takes her shoes off too. Once again, you have witnessed me. Oh, maybe she does. Yes, the voices, so many voices. Voices? The voices of my family. But the blood fiends of La Mancha Land are all... Sinclair trailed off. Every single blood fiend left inside La Mancha Land was killed when the amusement park collapsed. In other words, most of Don Quixote's lower kindreds were dead. That is, indeed, that is correct. But I cannot well explain how. The only way I might explain this is that it was a thought of my very blood remembered them still. I recognized some of them, and some were voices of those I once deeply cared for. It seemed that I was against my own desire, made to descend my father's seat. Perhaps I always was ever since then, and I was struck not only by my own thirst, but the combined thirst of every single one of the children. Thirst, indeed. I'm also bound by that thirst. It is only natural because I am a blood fiend. Thus the pressure of it all broke my hold of sanity, and I hurt you all. As Don Quixote the blood fiend, a higher kindred, not as Don Quixote, a sinner, and your friend. Don Quixote, this isn't your fault, it's... No such words are now meaningless. She looked down at her pair of shoes, their strings again neatly tied. The higher office will now be regularly supplying you with artificial blood packs. Hohenheim approached us after spending a while vigorously scribbling something in his notes. The blood substitute will be very similar to real blood in terms of composition, and we won't have any issues with supply. I don't suppose you actually believed that mere willpower would be enough to withstand this urge. I have done quite well suppressing it thus far. Indeed, and that was precisely the wick attached to the ticking time bomb within the LCB. Must I remind you that the soundness of this limiter of yours is quite tenuous, as today's events have demonstrated? Is your implication that the purpose of conducting this reckless experiment was to determine the full extent of the latent danger? I don't know. It seemed like he was in it only to sate his curiosity. Call it merely an auspice of an opportune convenience. The risk factor had to be measured sooner or later, and I had known the full extent of the danger she posed. I would have immediately requested a forceful summoning of your department. Of course, as large as this void of unknowns was, we were able to fill it with much new information. Certain analyses can be drawn by comparing the reports regarding blood fiends and this very experiment. Let us discuss the thirst you experienced first, for example, the combined desire of every lower kindred. Indeed, it is true. The Manchegan kindreds have been completely eradicated due to the events at La Mancha Land, but you still heard the voices of your children, yes? What are you trying to say? I aim to discuss the powerful binding your force contained within blood. LCD's cooperative reports explains that blood is not merely a carrier of nutrients, but something more, that it contains certain abstract values as well. We sent in a complaint that the report was far too vague in its wording, and we received a reply their on-site investigative team leader spat out, the contents of which were equally fascinating. This desire of their kind, this thirst, is something that may be well imbued and imprinted on the familial bloodline. Normally, the weight of that thirst is far too heavy for any individual to bear, which is why they propagate, to bear the unbearable burden together. But considering that all of that desire is now focused onto an individual, on account of the extinction of her entire family line, it is easy to see why her hold to sanity was so easily broken, no matter the strength of her will. She alone was made to bear the responsibility, the pressure, the duty of having to raise the family once again. And because none of those needs are currently met, there comes the endlessly exacerbating thirst, and more thirst. It is quite fascinating to see how your kind preserves these very abstract values in the physical form of blood. The mere words thirst does quite the insufficient job of describing the intensity of which you have lost control. This was my oversight, I must admit. I do respect your efforts to be liberated from your nature, I truly do, but I also maintain that this is highly advisable for you to regularly consume the provided blood packs. Understood. But one day, I wish to dismount from Rocinante and walk bare of feet and feel the earth under mine own skin. I was able to establish one positive fact from this exercise, however. What might that be? That there are those who would, quite literally, throw their lives on the line to stop you even if you were to take off your shoes. In other words, I don't believe it to be necessary for other departments to exercise any separate control over you. Oh, that's good. Well, now that I've had a first-hand account of your conditions, I will write the following in the report. Still quite unstable, yet with the effort from the subject herself and efforts from various other environmental factors, this subject has been deemed sufficiently controllable. Once again, I do respect your efforts, or any effort, really, because I've never had much use for it myself. Don Quixote took a deep breath, then turned to face the sinners. By then, her eyes had regained their usual softer look. But sorrow was seeping through the tone of her voice, despite her theatrical manner of speech. Her tone reminded me of our time at La Mancha Land. My deepest apologies, dearest friends. Forsooth, I shall ever persevere to see that Rocinante, my shoes, are never to be removed again. Lass, you're looking at it all wrong. You're going to remove those shoes one day, yeah? And that's what you're going to do, and that's what you're going to persevere towards. Verily. I think she let out a brief, quiet laughter. Ah, Manager Esquire. Perchance is there aught thou concealest from my knowledge? What do you mean? I don't think so. It's no coincidence that, at this very moment, I noticed Faust looking in my direction. I don't know if I made the right choice here, but... Faust nodded lightly, as though to say that I did. I stopped hesitating, and the tick-tocking noise came to a stop. Very well then. However, I cannot help but admit that I feel some degree of anxiety as I watch Don Quixote walk away as though nothing had happened. All right. How much more do we have? Oh, we have a decent amount more. Of 864? Oh, hold up. We're buying them. I didn't realize I had so much. I might buy some more tickets. Well, now that that's over and done with, I would like the sinners to come gather around here. Hohenheim placed the sinners in a single file before him and began. Now, the regular checkup is complete. We finally have enough data to compare your pre-employment statuses to those of your current selves, which means, indeed, we were able to measure your pre-employment combat capabilities as well. Oh, and what are your conclusions? Allow me to preface this by saying that there isn't much significance in establishing this particular hierarchy of power on a linear scale. Like I said, you're all equally mediocre in the present anyway, and oh, there's plenty of significance, alright. We all gotta know who's the big boss. While this is but a speculation of the worst case scenario, we must know which one of us has the most right and authority to lead the rest of the sinners in case our executive manager becomes, due to some unknown yet inexorable circumstances, unavailable. Hey, I don't listen to anyone weaker than I am. What if there was a reason I was the first one asked to introduce himself? There was a burgeoning interest among the sinners to see which one of them would be the apex of this scale. Were they to be measured by the strengths prior to the employment? Hey, maybe before I lost my memories, even then Dante, don't. It is interesting how every collective has the desire to get the clear picture of the pecking order. A negative expression of this desire may even lead to juvenile behaviors among children, for example, stealing their colleagues' lunches for meager reasons such as scoring higher than they did on a test. You're not speaking from personal experience, are you? Thus, I believed that trying to conceal the outcome of the test from you would be quite meaningless. Each of your placements in that line you're standing in signifies that the very order you were so curious to know. I do not wish to waste any more breath on the subject. There was a long silence. And then the sinners all simultaneously turned to look at the person standing in the frontmost position of the line. This has to be the longest, most awkward, most loaded silence I've ever seen in my life. Arachnid, you came in at the worst time because the guy said something about being accurately mediocre, and I really wanted to make the "how are you so efficiently mediocre" joke, but you weren't back yet. Much did I wish to hold shrouded in my fathoms, yet I learned still to convey that we are all more than meets the eye. That's me for real. Yet there remains a certain abundance within my heart. Perhaps the tests of this day paint a picture of both of my qualities. Thus spoke I, he sang. He sang? I will place trust in the faith that all of you shall one day sprout wings as I have. He sang. Is the other way around. Ah, yes, the line was made from my point of view. From here, the sinner wielding that oversized lance is the one at the front of this line. So Don is the strongest sinner. Well, you said some cool words though. We got this, right, Yisang? Well, 'tis quite the bashful occasion. To be the center of such fervent attention of one such company. I wouldn't say fervent is the right word. Worried, maybe. Yes. Honestly, I'm really surprised you didn't question the upside down Mephistopheles when you came back. I shall be vigilant. No one seemed to have any objections or doubts about who the strongest sinner was, given the earlier event. How did you not notice there's 4 of them? I see that. That was a good bit that you missed, though. On second thought, it appears that would be the best if we left the command to Ishmael, as we have done so far. Otis mumbled through gritted teeth. Forsooth, I am in agreement. I am more partial to roles as defending fixer for a squire. 'Tis oft the case that such side characters enjoyed a greater popularity since time immemorable. Good. Making a home save is the most important piece. Very happy to see the discussion not coming to blows. Now, are we all ready to move on from this? Wait a minute. Aren't we all forgetting something pretty important? That's just how the world works, Greg. No one remembers anyone between the first place and the last place. Even I forgot my own placement in the order. No, I mean, fellas, I wasn't even a part on the list. Oh, were you not? Who cares, mate? There's 12 of us. Some people just fall out of the radar. Big deal. Let's just get on with it. Hey, you can't just disregard me like swatting away a fly. Ha, you get it? Because he's turning into a bug. And I guess somewhere around my level probably, or Heathcliff's. Ishmael replied in a voice that had clearly lost all interest in this discussion. Ah, you're the sinner with that bizarre insectoid arm. We had no choice but to place you in the least favorite category of all researchers. Exceptions. Ugh. You really hate that, huh? In other words, you are a unique case that cannot well be placed in a list or a scale. To do so would be irresponsible. I'd say you carry a certain potential. That, potential, is it? Does that mean that I could also be first place if all goes well? It could very well be the reverse, given the definition of potential. Let not this query harrow your mind, Gregor. Your day will come. Feels funny getting consoled by the guy who placed last. Poor Gregor. I love that man. They do him so dirty sometimes. All right, I think I'm going to cut this a bit short. I just wanted to get a quick little stream in. So we're going to raid Gamma. And I will be back streaming this either tomorrow or Monday. Hopefully I'll finish the event. All right. Take care, everybody, and I will see you over in Gamma Stream.
And then I was like, okay, so I would like to make a payment if I can, because I had, whoa!
Who are you people?
Whoa! Wow! Azu! Azu! Oh! Oh! Oh, get it! Oh. Hi, Azu and Azu chat. How you guys doing? How was Lima's company? I tuned in for a little bit. Looked like you were having fun. How you doing, Azu? Love that boy. Go follow Azu if you ain't already. Friend of the channel, friend of me, and just all around cool dude. Go follow, please. We were just talking about my shit experience with the internet service that I have. They're awful, and I'm flaming them on live television because they deserve it. It was good. The event was longer than I thought, so I'll have to finish another time. Ooh. Stream number 2. Good, they deserve it. Are you familiar with Cox Internet? Because they suck. Stream 4? Well, stream 2 of the event. Or unless you've been streaming the event every day. In which case it would be stream 4. I'm so proud of you, by the way. Getting streaming. Just doing it. That's what I did. Gotta do. Oh, gotcha. Okay. We getting there. Hell yeah. Well, relax. Go take care of yourself if you gotta. Get some food, get some water. You take care of you. Want to hang out? Absolute. Be my guest. Good to have you. Thanks for rating. We love Azu. All right, back to Cox Internet. So, I was talking with their chat support, useless chat support. And I was like, hey, I can't make a payment with a card because you guys have restricted my account. And they were like, well, if you cannot make a payment with card because of restriction, make a payment with bank account. And I was like, I tried that already. That method is also restricted. Hi, Eprak, welcome in. Happy Friday day to you too. Do not the crayon. We already talked about how crayons are edible. Or our favorite flavors of crayons. So I'm like, I can't pay with a card or... Oh yeah, I do have a blue sky. I forgot to list that. Yeah, I'll grab that. What do you want my booski for? Yeah. Oh, what the heck? Dang, I just noticed as well on this earlier version of OBS that I don't have it doesn't show stream events now like it used to. Dang it. I gotta get that back. I want to see when I get like subs and follows and stuff. That would certainly be handy. I didn't even notice that was gone until just now. Here is... Oh. What the... Bro, what is happening? What? Okay, I'm in the stream chat in OBS.
No.
And I just tried to
You will not
type.
get in trouble for anything you hear. What have you done?
Wow! Shark, thank you for the gift sub to Azu. Azu. I still pronounce your name wrong to this day. Thank you, Shark. So Chrome hates me. Chrome's not the only one. So, all right. I'm in the stream chat in my OBS, right? And I'm just trying to send my I just tried to send a chat message and it just said I needed to sign in. I'm literally in my stream OBS. What are you talking about? What do you mean I need to sign in? I think there's some kinks I need to work out from having downloaded a earlier version of OBS. We got some scuffage. Until then, that's fine. But Rune, here's that. want to follow me on Blue Sky, go for it. I post once a month.